Hi guys. So this is our ultimate revision on important concepts of biochemistry and cell biology through MCQ. So these are the two important units we have dealt now. Okay, in this month we have dealt biochemistry and cell biology, and so this is the ultimate revision for you through MCQs. We're going to solve MCQs and we're going to understand the concepts through MCQs. Also, this is a test for you guys. Like, how much have you understood biochemistry and cell biology in so far classes? How much have you taken up? And after your revision, how much have you retained? So, how much concept have you retained in your memory after so many classes and practice sessions and revisions? I hope you guys are doing revisions regularly. So, we're going to check all of those things in this session. Okay. So, I'm your educator, Saranya. Let's begin. So, in this session, totally we are going to have 30 marks. Each question will be 2 marks. If your question is wrong, okay, so then it will be minus 1 marks. Negative marking is there. If your answer is wrong for a particular question, you will give yourself minus 1 marks. Okay. You can keep your pen and notebook ready along with you. In that notebook, you can write your options, whichever you feel is correct. Then we will discuss about those options. Then you can put a tick mark or a cross mark depending on your answer is correct or not. Then you can give yourselves marks. If it is correct, give yourselves 2 marks, and if it is wrong, then you will be giving yourself minus 1. Okay. So you'll be given 1 minute for each question and answer for you to think and answer it correctly. So this is an ultimate um, ultimate practice session actually. So be honest with you. Whatever you have learned, apply all those knowledge in solving these questions. And finally, when the session is complete, total your scores and in the comment section mention your scores. Okay, so give it your best shot, all the very best guys. So let's start. So this is your first question. Okay, they've given you a reaction here. You can see they've given you a reaction and they are asking you what kind of inhibition this is. What kind of inhibition this reaction depicts. You have to choose from the answer over here. As you choose your answer in the notebook, write the options which you feel is correct. Like for example, A or B or C or D or E in this case. Then when we discuss, put a mark, tick or cross depending on your answer is correct or not. After that, give yourselves marks based on the answer. Okay. So here enzyme is binding to the inhibitor. So what is inhibitor doing? It is competing with the substrate to bind to the enzyme and it is forming enzyme inhibitor complex. So this kind of reaction happens in competitive inhibition. So D is your correct answer. Okay. So answer for this question is D. Next question. Answer this question very carefully. Read the options properly and answer the question. Very simple question this one is. This session is an ultimate session for you, which will test you all of your knowledge which you have applied in so far classes. Okay, all the classes we have learned so many concepts, and those concepts are under test now. Like how much you have understood, what is your capacity to apply, everything will be tested in this session. That's why it's called as ultimate session. Okay, so G protein linked receptor exhibit which of the following? So your correct answer is option C. It has 7 transmembrane alpha helix domain. Okay, so it has 7 transmembrane domains. Okay, so the correct answer is option C. G protein coupled receptors have 7 transmembrane domains. Okay, so the next question. Alright, so name the most important lipid component of the cell membrane. What do you think is the most important component of the cell membrane? Is it triacylglycerols? Is it steroids? Phospholipids? Glycolipids? Sphingolipids? The correct answer is option C, phospholipids. Next question, very easy question. So the correct answer is option E. Monomers of proteins is nothing but your amino acids. Okay. Next question. Okay, so fat consists of, very simple question. What is the composition of fats? It is glycerol and fatty acids. So glycerol and fatty acids is the composition of fats. Okay. Lipids. Basically, lipids consist of the glycerol backbone and fatty acid chains will be present. So D is your correct answer. Okay. Next question. One second. Yeah. Your correct answer is option E. Okay. I don't know what did I say. I thought I said D, but your correct option is E. Okay. Glycerol and fatty acid. Next question. How many classes of enzymes are there? Option A 4, option B 5, option C 6, option D 7, and option E 9. So how many classes of enzymes are present? Okay, so the correct answer is option C. 6 classes of enzymes are there. We have studied about this in enzyme classification. Okay, so C is your correct answer. Next question. A competitive inhibitor of an enzyme. What does it do to the reaction? Okay, so what does a competitive inhibitor do? It increases the Km, but it does not affect the Vmax. So A is your correct answer. Okay. If it is correct, give yourselves 2 marks, and if it is wrong, give yourselves -1. Okay, let's go for the next question. Km equals to the substrate concentration when the reaction rate is very easy question. So Km equals to the substrate concentration when the reaction rate is. This was a case we dealt with. Okay, so let's see how many of you guys are answering it correct. The options are not direct, it is given in indirect way. Okay, so your answer is C. Km is equal to substrate concentration when reaction rate. Reaction rate means V naught. V naught is equal to half V max. Okay, so C is the correct option. Next question. Okay, this question is not clear. I'll tell you the question. Where is rRNA synthesized? That is the question. Okay. Where is rRNA synthesized in your cell? I want the answer specifically. Okay. I don't want some random answer. Answer specifically. Where is your rRNA synthesized. Ribosomal RNA is synthesized in which organelle, especially its location. So your correct answer is option B, nucleolus. rRNA is synthesized in nucleolus. So B is the correct answer. Next question. Which organelle possess hydrolase enzyme? Quite a easy question. Okay, so the correct answer is lysosome. Hydrolase enzyme is present in lysosome. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. So you have to select the correct option from column 1 and match it with column 2. Okay, and after you match it, you have to compare it with the options and find which one is the correct answer. I think options are not really clear. Okay, it's okay if your options are not clear, but you should still be able to match the following, right? Match it and we will discuss the answer. Like for P, Q, R, and S, what are the answers which is matching in this 1, 2, 3, and 4? Match it and have it in your notebook. We will discuss that. Okay. Okay. So the first one is P, microfilaments. So microfilaments you can match it with actin. So P2 is the correct one. Next is microtubules, that is matched with 3, tubulin. Q3 is correct. Flagella R4, flagellin protein. Outermost layer of bacteria S1, glycocalyx. If you are able to match it like this, like P2, Q3, R4, S1, then yours is correct. Give yourselves 2 marks, and if you are not matched it properly, then -1. Okay. Next question. This is also a match the following only. Let's see if you're able to do it. You can solve this with just only one thing. You do not have to match everything, but just with one particular match, you can find the answer very easily. Okay, so let's see. First one here given is suicidal bag. Suicide bag is for lysosome. R1. Match R1 from the options. It is present only in option A. With this itself, you can declare option A is the correct one. You do not have to look everything else, but still let's solve everything. But in exams, you can use these tricks. Like with one particular option itself, you can solve the question. Okay. Next is your mitochondria. Okay, so mitochondria is for ATP synthesis, T4. Next is chloroplast. Photosynthesis happens in chloroplast, Q3. Lysosome, suicide bag. Then smooth endoplasmic reticulum is for the synthesis of steroids. Okay. So if your match is correct, give yourselves 2 marks, and if it is wrong, -1. Next question. In the above signaling cascade, which one of the following molecule is denoted by B? Okay, it is basically a CSIR question, but I wanted you guys to solve this because we have studied this pathway. Okay, so we have studied this pathway and I want you guys to do this. It's not a difficult question at all. If you have watched my classes, learnt from my classes, you will be able to solve this without any doubt. You can see a ligand is binding here, dimerization of ligand is happening, and that is phosphorylating one adapter protein that is binding to another adapter protein. That adapter protein B along with A is going inside the nucleus and helps in transcription. So this is basically enzyme linked receptors, right? This is basically enzyme linked receptors, and they're asking you what is the B1? What is the B1? So in this type of a question, if you do not know what is B1 from this diagram, what you should do is you have to pick from the options. Okay, some questions you cannot solve with the question itself. Okay, on the option itself, you have to see the options given to you, like options given to you, and then solve some questions. Few questions you do not need options at all. By just reading the question, you can answer it. But few questions you cannot answer just with the question. You definitely need answer in order for you to compare. So, what do you think you can come in this? What is the options which can come in this pathway? Stat 5, we have never studied about Stat 5. SMAD 6, no. BSK 3, no. We have never studied about. Only one thing we have studied about is SMAD 4. Okay? You do not have to know this pathway like, okay, you do not have to know this pathway. But from this option and what are the pathways you have studied so far, you can compare and tell. So this A protein is nothing but SMAD2 or SMAD3, and this B protein is SMAD4. So A protein along with B, that is SMAD2 or 3 with 4 goes to the nucleus. This is a CSIR question, but I gave you this to give you a little bit difficult question so as to make you think. Okay, sometimes GATE will give you questions like this where you have to think. Okay, it is all a common sense type of a question. Not everything you can by heart and recall and do. There are some questions which requires using common sense, and these are common sense type of a question. In the receptor, enzyme linked receptor, we have studied the proteins, right? We have studied the proteins. If you are thorough in that concepts and those pathways of enzyme linked receptor, you should be able to answer this. Okay, I purposely gave you this question so that in order to give you an idea that they might ask you questions like this in GATE, where you can answer the question with respect to the options given. Just by seeing the options, you can answer those questions. You no need to understand the question very well. Okay, so there are some questions like that. We will solve GATE questions, previous year questions. That time you will be able to understand why I gave you this question. Okay, so answer is 4. Okay, option D. Okay, next question. Which of the following is not a secondary messenger? Very simple question for you. This question I give you purposely because one of the students asked in the comment section whether this molecule is a secondary messenger or not. I cleared the doubt for them, but I thought this might be a doubt for few other students also. So let me make that clear for everyone. Okay. So which of the following is not a second messenger? Okay. Cyclic GMP, is it a second messenger? Yes. Diacylglycerol, DAC, yes. Inositol triphosphate, that is IP3, yes. So phosphatidyl inositol is not a second messenger. So option B, that is the fourth one, is the correct. Next question. The enzyme that catalyzes the splitting of PIP2 into two molecules of inositol triphosphate, that is IP3 and DAC in the cell signaling is. So what is the enzyme that splits PIP2 into IP3 and DAC? Very simple question. So this is the last question in your ultimate quiz or ultimate practice session based on our biochemistry classes and cell biology classes. Next we'll be starting a new unit. Okay, so what you can do is after this quiz, I'll tell you. Let's discuss the answer first. Okay, so the answer is option B, phospholipase C. Phospholipase C is the enzyme that splits PIP2 into IP3 and DAG. Okay, so this is your last question. So I hope your quiz went well. This ultimate practice session was a reality check for you guys in order to check how much have you learned. We have completed 2 units now, biochemistry and cell biology. I really want you guys to study well with full efforts. We are also putting in efforts for you to give the best notes as possible. Similarly, I want you guys also to put efforts because this kind of preparation is a teamwork. We are putting efforts, you also have to put efforts. Only then the success will be yours. Okay, only then the success will be yours. So I want you guys to read very well, study well. Okay, do revision regularly. Also keep practicing the questions. So and as you practice the questions, you will learn few tricks and skills of solving the questions. Okay. So from the next session onwards, we'll be having a new unit. Okay. So in the comment section, type your answers. Okay. Type your answers. Also, total all of your scores based on each and every question you have done. Okay. Calculate them, total it. Then in the comment section, mention your score. Mention your total score in this ultimate practice session and let me know. Okay. All the best, guys. Keep studying, keep revising, and keep practicing and repeat. So, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gurmantra Siksha Ka Granth. If you have any queries, you can contact us. Thank you so much and